Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Dungeon Explorer as the Warlock class for the TurboGrafx 16 and PC Engine. In the last video, we defeated the Grimrose and the Caterkiller, and now it's time to head west of the castle to our next destination. Now, we could have gone here earlier, but we would have been forced to turn back because there would have been nothing to do here. We have two enemies to deal with, the purple humanoids and the dark blue worms. The dark blue worms can drop white magic charges, but they can also drop the rings, the gold rings, and the purple humanoid enemies can drop the black magic charges. The worms are the worst of the two, because if they have a straight shot, they can hit you with a projectile attack unless you can somehow negate it with one of your own. And they can also poison you too. And that's no fun for anyone. As a matter of fact, that's downright terrible. So you want to make your way south and then west to this flight of stairs here, where you'll be in a small dungeon where you'll have to get through a bunch of enemy generators and some red slimes. These things can drop repel potions as well as white magic charges. I try my best to ensure that I get the repel potions, so that way getting through here is a little bit easier. And once you get to the other side here, you'll pretty much be at the end of the dungeon. This is rather short. The exit was on the other side of that wall that we had to get past. So, once we go through here, bam, we're done. And now we need to watch out for more of those purple humanoid enemies, as well as those dark blue worms. And I just clear everything out here for good measure so I don't have to deal with any blue flames. I tried to see if I can grab any more gold rings via enemy drops, but sadly that was not the case. I did not really get that luxury as I was doing all of this. And then doing the post-commentary. Yes, this is post-commentary because this kept driving me up the wall. And this house here, unlike the one at the start, this one actually has a person in it. Water Castle was such a nice place before the tiger moved in. How can we rid of him? You leave that to me. Anyway, let us make our way south of here. Let's try to make sure that we don't get destroyed by the worms on the way there. Let's wipe that out. Let's make sure that we're doing things right. I don't know how that enemy generator respawned, but it did. They usually don't. I got hit there. I did not like that at all, one bit. And thankfully I was able to take care of the worm generators there from a distance, but better safe than sorry, am I right? And right there, to the west, is where we need to go next. Now, had we been here earlier, there'd be no bridge here. We'd have been forced to turn back. Because of you, our bridge has been repaired. Cross it with pride. That I will do. So yeah, had you come down here, this would have been a dead end and you would have been forced to head back to the village. Anyway, let's go ahead and get rid of the guys with the light brown armor. Sometimes they can drop axes that will increase your attack speed. And if they drop them at any point here, you won't be able to get them because you can't walk on water. There's a cheat that lets you do that, but well, I don't use it. And let's get rid of this one last guy, who sadly doesn't just drop anything, before we enter the water castle. Now here you want to watch out for conveyor belts on all the floors, and you also want to watch out for the white pillbug enemies that shoot projectiles and also drop white magic charges. They can also drop the gold rings if you're lucky. Like right there. And of course you have these stag beetle looking statues that also zap you if you're too close to them. And up these stairs, we'll be dealing with some purple humanoids that, while being able to drop black magic charges, can also drop blue potions that fully refill your health. Now, if you're above maximum due to the gold rings, you don't want to pick up the potions, because it'll just take you back to your actual maximum. I make the mistake of doing that, as you'll soon see, because I forgot that's how the game works, but it doesn't affect me all that much in terms of getting the things done. Also, just like the last floor, there's a potion right there, just so everyone's aware. Just like on the last roll, you do want to watch out for conveyor belts. Make sure you don't get pushed around a whole bunch by those conveyor belts, because they are there. As you make your way to the stairs on the southeast corner of this room. And now you have the stag beetles zapping at you, as well as these purple lizard man enemies, I guess you can call them that. You just want to avoid getting zapped as you make your way through this narrow corridor. Since I have the reflective shots, it's a little easier to take out the monster generators here, but not by much. And if you know what you're doing, you can also take out the stag beetle head statues too. And I hurry my way here so that the dungeon doesn't get overcrowded and I don't have to deal with the blue flame. We will have to go into that area pretty darn soon. But I do make it a habit to take out the monster generators from an angle, so that way they don't pose that much of a threat to me. These things can drop white magic charges, so if you need them, well, here's where you can get some. And once we go up these stairs, we face the Tigerbeast. Finally, some food for my hungry stomach. You will make a fine meal. So here, you want to keep running down towards the south end of the screen, and when you reach the very bottom, you want to turn around, shoot the Tigerbeast a little bit, and then when he gets some distance on you, that's when you immediately want to head back towards the south end of the screen. And you just want to keep doing this until the Tigerbeast is destroyed. Now we get a health boost and a full health refill, but we don't get to increase one of our stats. That's still better than nothing. And we do get a gem that increases one of our stats later on anyway to make up for it. So just keep heading south. Once you reach the bottom of the play field, turn around and nail the Tigerbeast. Once he gets some distance in, keep heading south, turn around at the very bottom, keep hitting him, and lather, rinse, repeat until you're able to get out of here. And it's a good thing I grabbed that ring. It kept enemies from coming at me. And once you're here, you'll be dealing with some gray slimes, which are pretty easy to deal with, as well as these spinning zombie heads. The spinning zombie heads can drop some white magic charges, but you really want to get them out of your way. They're the worst of the enemies that are here, as you will see. Our next destination is Cherry Tower, and we'll find out if we either talk to the king or if we talk to the person in here. So you have come to climb up Cherry Tower. Be careful not to fall for Alexis' beauty. Alexis is the next boss enemy that we're going to defeat, and trying to do all this talking and playing this at the same time as we enter Cherry Tower here caused me to do post-commentary because I was so winded. Now here, I could use the black magic charges to wipe out all the enemies in case the rooms get too crowded, but I'd rather use the stunner magic that make up the Warlock's white magic charges to keep enemies from flooding the room in the first place. Like so. There are the cyan-colored enemies that I think drop white magic charges, and these guys in green who drop black magic charges and can also shoot you from a distance with projectiles. You also have these yellow eye enemies, which can poison you if they touch you. And then you have these little statue-looking things that can shoot projectiles. I take a little bit of damage here. I take some dumb damage here. And then I make my way here. Now here, you carefully want to take out the statues that are shooting these projectiles, which will always fire whether all the enemies in a room are stunned or not. And you just want to position yourself correctly so you can destroy these things without getting damaged. And that guy in the white and blue should look familiar. He's the guy that we defeated after we saved the princess, once we defeated Grimrose. And just like the last time, he takes a lot of damage before he ultimately falls, and he does drop a stat increasing gem. You want to be careful with the statues, because if you position yourself too far up, you can get hit by the projectiles when it doesn't look like that should be possible, but it is, because hitboxes, that's why. Like, I got hit right there, and yeah, you could tell that the hitboxes can be a little bit of a pain to deal with here. Now, once I get to the upper part of this wall here and stay behind it, this guy will just be stuck near the wall, and I can just keep panning on him with my button 2 attack until he eventually goes down. And I go for strength because I need the hit points badly. And then we have one more room full of these guys in green. I press it a little too late, the button 1, but I do sneak by and I face Alexis. Welcome to my chamber. Now that we are alone, let me show you my lethal beauty. So, Alexis is really hard with the stats that I have. You want to keep shooting her, but at the same time, you also, 1, want to avoid getting or taking contact damage at all points, and 2, you want to keep the amount of blades that she throws at you that just keep following you to a bare minimum as you're hitting her, so that way you aren't torn to ribbons in about 2 seconds. Now, when she's moving around like this, in this weird little hourglass pattern, she doesn't follow you, but once she turns into more of a monster like this, she pretty much does. And you do not want her running into you because she has a huge hitbox, and she will make you pay for staying in one spot for way too long. And since you don't really have iframes in this game, yeah, you can be torn to ribbons here in seconds if you're not careful. The reflective shots can be a help or a hindrance depending on how you're doing. I'm usually just running around the room and just trying to do what I can when I can. I have the bright idea of taking a few steps, trying to shoot at Alexis, taking a few more steps, trying to shoot at Alexis, and it kind of makes that happen. I wish I could have done it with live commentary, but oh well. Anyway, getting more strength because, again, I need more hit points. And we go down these stairs, and we go down these stairs. And I use another white charge just in case. So that way, I can easily get back to the entrance. And from here, we can get out of Cherry Tower at last. This part was an actual pain. And what you need to do to leave is just go south through here and then get rid of this spinning zombie head and go... Well, first of all, we can talk to this guy and find out. You've destroyed the Tigerbeast and Alexis. Both gates are now open for your travel. And that other area to the east, we'll be going there next time. But for now, we now have a shortcut back to this area. We want to go through here, and we accidentally destroy a ring, and we also get ourselves poisoned too, but we're out of here now. Now, an interesting tactic, an interesting strategy. Believe it or not, even though the milkshakes at the tavern can completely heal you, they don't cure poison. You're going to have to wait for that to wear off on its own. Which means I have to leave once the poison is gone, come back, and then I can be at full health. Yes, Mr. Barman, I'm aware. Rather, the proper term is barkeep, but you know my commentary. Anyway, let's go see the king. Still you have not found the aura? Then go to Stonefield, to the east of Cherry Tower. Beware of a long-nosed devil of a dungeon master named Cyclopus. He is dangerous. Before you go, here is some special magic that you will need to fight the enemy. And we have one more white charge and one more black charge, and we are going to leave the castle, and we are going to call the video here. Join me next time where we go to Stonefield and take on the Cyclopus and see what else we have to deal with. This was a pain in the butt, but I managed to make this happen. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!